What's up, y'all? This is Alan. We got an old smoker out here, or a grill really, more than a smoker. But we're going to do a rebuild on some of it. This is a pig cooker, I reckon. That's probably what they used it for. It's really big. It's pretty damaged. The way I was told, I think it was sitting out in the field 20, 25 years or something. Long time. Just sitting there getting rusted out. So there's really no bottom in it. And there's a lot of damage on this thing, but all we're going to try to do is put a bottom in there and redo the racks in it. I mean, you can see it was just sitting, rainwater and everything in there. So I'm going to try to put a bottom on this thing. I don't know, the more I look at it, the more worrisome it looks. We're still not going to be able to seal it up. Everything is, all these sides, you can kind of see some of the bows in it. That side over there is pretty bad. I mean, you're not going to get it sealed. Not without replacing all the sides and everything. So that's not the objective. Really a bottom and racks. Maybe some access for the coals and stuff in there. Some vents on the side. Probably try to replace all this. But looking at it, I think that will have to get cut out up here somewhere. I mean, there's nothing left back there. I really don't know. He wants this thing, so I'm going to try to do it. I think it has some sentimental value to him or something. But we're going to start. Dang, that wheel there is about to fall over. I'm going to put some new wheels on it. Those are locked up. And that's probably the first thing I'm going to have to do. I'm probably going to put the wheels on out here so I can actually move it. It's very heavy. Let me close it right quick. You can open and close it with these counterweights on the back. See right there. But if you push those things in, you can't hardly open it. But it opens just fine with them back like that. You can see some of what I mean there about getting it sealed. That thing will never be sealed. Look at that front there. I may be able to put a piece of flat bar there to stop some of it. But short of pulling that whole front out, I don't think I would be able to fix it. That's probably what that was there for, to try to hold it in straight. I reckon this was a fire poker right here. Anyway, that's what we got, and it's gonna take some doing. I think I'm gonna try to put the plate in a little piece at a time. I can't get a big piece under there and try to hold it up and tack it on. I've got some 1/4 inch right here, and so I'm probably gonna do it in small strips. Try to get under there and tack it on. And what I'm thinking is tacking it on first. Tacking it on the bottom before I cut the bottom out. Get up under there, tack it on, and then come back, hopefully with a cutting blade, mostly, and I can cut all the mess out of there. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it's thin. There's not much left to a lot of it. And it looks like it was only probably 11 gauge to begin with. So I think I might be able to do that. Just weld the bottom on, at least tack it on, and then come back with a grinder and cut all that bottom out, remove it, and then I can weld. That way I can move the bottom out to this edge and try to have something to weld on, because you definitely ain't gonna weld it on the inside. I may not even be able to weld it solid. I may have to stitch it. But anyway, this thing was folded too. These seams, these bends on the front and up here, to see it there, those are bent. So somebody had access to machinery, whoever built this. But anyway, that's what we're gonna get on. I think the first thing, like I say, is trying to tack some, or put some wheels on it, and then try to tack some plate underneath the bottom and see how well that works out. All right, I got the wheels on and got it inside. That frame on the bottom could use some work, but I don't think he's wanting to bother the frame. But anyway, got that part done. You can kind of see here what I'm doing with this plate. I'm gonna have to move my clamps around because I don't have enough of them. But I kind of slid a piece under there. I cut, this thing is about 5 foot long. So I cut two 2-foot pieces and a 1-foot piece. And I'm sliding them on that brick. It's hard to get them under there. It's very hard to get them under there. The 2-foot, the 1-foot piece won't be that bad. But I got them on there and eased them up a little at a time with these clamps. And what I'm gonna do is tack that. That'll leave me a little gap right there actually to weld. And then once we get all the pieces on there, we'll open it up and weld the inside of the bottom. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna try to get some of that tacked on, and then I'll show you that inside. I think I took about 40 pounds of scrap out of there. It's still in that bag and on the inside. All right, I got all the plate tacked on the bottom. It's not welded up, but I went to open the door and the hinge snapped on the back. That one there. There's 3 of them back there. I guess I'm just gonna have to replace them all once I get it back straightened out. Luckily it didn't end up falling, the whole thing falling over, because these counterweights are heavy. I mean, that's solid steel right there. But anyway, I'll have to try to straighten that back out now before I get in and cut that bottom out. You can kind of get an idea that how it's gonna have to come out there. I don't think it's gonna be too bad, but I'm not sure. So anyway, try to get that straightened out and get some hinges on it. All right, I'm waiting to get the hinges, so I went ahead and started making these side vents. What I'm gonna do is just cut a long strip out of that bottom where the vents are now and replace it with these. This is just a template on top of here that I'm tracing around. I had to do the top and the inside vent part. And you can see there the template. It's just oversized so you can get the size hole you want. Then just checking them after I get it all set up. You have to cut grooves in that vent on the back side. Then here I'm gonna put a line on it where I can score it so I can bend it. And it'll be offset from the body a little bit. This is just 11 gauge that I'm redoing this with. And a matter of getting it put on. The back side is gone now. I just cut a hole to fit the part that I made. It's hard to weld on this too. Every time you get on the side where that rust is, man, it wants to bubble on you. And I've cleaned it off. Alright y'all, I really haven't been getting much video on this thing at all. I think the last clip I showed was putting that little side panel on there. And I talked about those hinges. I got the hinges fixed. I patched a little hole in the back right there. It's kind of a bad patch too, it's not great. That back has so much wave in it that I can't get it out. I've got this side lined out to cut doors into it. And I'm really nervous about cutting that out because it's got some wave in it too. And sometimes it's really hard to deal with and you just can't get it out. But I have put the racks in. There's 3 racks. I got it all framed in on the inside. There was an old rotten framework there, but it was a pain to get out. I'm not kidding you. And that's the new bottom in there. I decided, if you remember, I had tacked the bottom on and then come back and tried to cut the bottom out with the old bottom out with a grinder. Instead of cutting it out from the beginning, I thought it just wouldn't be strong enough maybe. I wasn't sure. And it was horrible trying to cut that out with a grinder. You can see I had it kind of round the corners. That grinder didn't fit in the way I thought it would, you know. But it got out of there. I got it done. I also went ahead and put a handle on this end. Hopefully it'll make it easier for moving it. I got the wheels and everything changed, but it's still kind of hard to move. So anyway, the next move right now, I guess, is to do this. Try to cut these out and figure out the charcoal grates. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. It does have some wave in it. If you put a straight edge up on it, you can see where it dips and comes out and everything. But hopefully it won't be too bad. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. I just haven't been getting much video on it. I've been kind of doing a little bit here and there, coming back to it. But it's getting put together. And this is kind of the same as the sides, cutting this piece out. I'm not going to reuse the piece of the door. Once it come out, it was pretty banged up. You could probably sit there and beat it and get it to straighten out again. Then here I cut some angle. I'm going to frame the inside of the doorway, just to kind of strengthen it up. Once you take those 2 pieces out, there's really not a whole lot left of that front, and it's so rusted that it's got to be kind of weak. So cleaning up a couple high spots so this thing will fit in there. Alright y'all, I got this thing finished up. Pretty sure anyway. I think the last thing I was showing was getting those frames for the doors on the front. I put the frames in there just to kind of strengthen it. Because that metal's pretty thin and it's old. I mean, it's not much left of that bottom. Got new vents put on both sides. I'm pretty sure this was a fire poker. I just got it where to slide in and out of there again. I think he's having this sandblasted and powder coated, so I'm not doing anything on the rust and paint or anything. These are just slide vents. Has 3 racks in there. I went with 3 instead of 2 to make it easier to get them in and out. 2 racks, they were going to be pretty heavy. I redid the inside where these coal racks will slide out. There is an ash pan under both of them, but you're going to have to remove the coal rack to get it out of there. There just wasn't room to make it slide out without removing the coal rack. But everything came out pretty good on it. All the inside got framed in. I got it back closed as good as I could. It's still gonna leak. I mean, I can't get it airtight, I don't think. I think I probably can. But it's gonna get very expensive. I mean, it already got pretty expensive doing this. But I think it's good enough for what it is. It's definitely closed up better than it was. Got the new wheels, everything put on. Honestly, I think this should be put on a trailer. It's still hard to move with these new wheels. I put a handle on the side of it. Hopefully that's gonna help some. But yeah, I think it'd be better on a small trailer frame. Those counterweights are really working. You push those counterweights in and you can't hardly move that thing. You can't get it open. It'll sit without those bricks. I think I said that before. It will sit there. I'm just putting the bricks under there just for safety. But it will sit without them. So anyway, I guess that's it on this one. I know I didn't show a whole lot of it. It's more talking than anything. But I think that'll do it on it. So if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.